So, not sure how many Coloradans think about the East Troublesome Fire on a regular basis. It was 4 years ago. But for those impacted, remembrance and recovery continue to this day. It was 2020 when that fire burned nearly 200,000 acres and killed two people, a husband and a wife. Their family shared their story with our Mark Salinger.
Pretty much everything in the surrounding area was consumed, and we've been plugging along for 4 years now, trying to get things back, and the home will be the crowning jewel on the efforts.
When one chapter ends, a new one begins.
Growth, tons of it.
Glenn Hileman knows getting to the next phase isn't always easy.
I think my parents would have been very disappointed if we had not continued on their legacy.
Construction crews now fill the land outside of Grand Lake that Glenn and his family have owned for more than 70 years. A new house replaces one filled with so many memories.
They estimate that the fire came through here at about 10 o'clock that night. So 15 minutes after I spoke to them, they were lost in the fire.
The yellow house in the mountains that Glenn's parents built together burned in the East Troublesome Fire of 2020. Lyle and Marylin Hileman died inside.
They were together at the place they loved the most, and that's where their lives concluded.
Little survived the fire. Everything that did will forever be a part of the story here.
My mom was absolutely adamant. No, I want my ashes spread between the two trees. They were significant to my parents, and therefore they were significant to us.
The flames spared these trees and left the family flag barely hanging on.
During the fire and after the fire, when we arrived 8 days later, there were still remnants of that flag that were still intact, and we were amazed by it. So we retrieved those tattered remains of the flag, and respectfully, we brought that down, and then we raised a new flag in honor of my parents.
The physical recovery can be different from the mental one. Glenn wrote a book to share his parents' story through the final chapter.
No, something isn't right, she added.
So that everyone will remember the yellow house in the mountains and the people who loved it.
It was now 10 o'clock. Glenn called his parents back. There was no answer. That's kind of tough. I haven't read that in a long time. Probably a year since I've read that. But lots of memories. But it was a beautiful ending to two beautiful lives.
Grand Lake is hosting its Troublesome Fest this weekend. Every year, the festival brings people together to celebrate community instead of dwell on what was lost. They also focus on fire mitigation and education up there in Grand County. Glenn will be out this year handing out his book to make sure his parents' story is not forgotten for years to come. Kyle.
Wow, just incredible resilience. Mark, thank you.